For 10 years now, we have been hauling water in these jugs, and it's time for an upgrade. When we first started, we were in our little pickup camper. It's onboard water tank that it came from the factory with. At one point in time, it had frozen, split. I tried fixing it, epoxies, all that kind of stuff. Never worked. So we ended up getting 3 of these jugs and filling them up, and that's what was our water supply. This is our drinking water. And once we got here, we continued doing it. We got another jug. So we had 4 jugs. We did that for quite a while. We now have 5 jugs. If you don't follow the channel, I was laid off for a while, so we ended up utilizing 5 jugs to reduce the amount of trips we went into town. But after that long of using these jugs at about 60 pounds a piece, these are 7-gallon jugs. You just get them at Walmart, whatever. It's definitely time for an upgrade. Over the past 5 years or so, 4 years, I have hurt my back, in one form or another, tweaked it, whatever, 3 times. And this most recent time, I was like, no, I'm done. Not going to be doing this again. So we're going to be upgrading it to a larger RV tank, 25 gallons, mounting it in here. It'll just make things a lot easier on me. Won't be as pressured to get our well in. We're currently saving up for a well. Pretty expensive here. It's going to be really deep, figuring about 400 feet. But yeah, we'll just go into the back and show you what's going on. Now, when I first started working on this, I wasn't going to record it. That's why you see, it's already strapped down and stuff like this. But after working on it for a little bit, I realized, number one, this has everything to do with off-grid living, homesteading, it's hauling water. And number 2, I kind of wanted to get some more parts for it. I got a couple of valves and stuff like that. So I had to wait anyways. I was kind of in a hurry. Now it's just, whatever. Plus, this week right now that we're having, this is the 15th right now. This week was our coldest week of the winter. We always have it right around this time. We're actually getting to like the negative temperatures. Or we just passed it. Like 0 degrees Fahrenheit and below. So I went ahead and just waited on that. Weren't going to use it anyways because I don't want to risk this thing splitting and cracking. So that time has passed. We went from 0 degrees to snow. It's supposed to snow later today. It snowed yesterday. We got a couple inches. Probably going to get another 3 or 4 inches before the weekend's out. But I'm a lot more comfortable with having a large amount of water now versus earlier this week. On top of that, I'm going to be wrapping this in insulation, so that'll help out as well. But I'll show you what I got going on. Here's what I have so far. Don't mind the mess. If you're homesteading, a lot of stuff can get stored in vehicles, but I'll have a 25-gallon tank here. 12 volt. This is just an RV water pump. A couple of I don't know what to call them, food grade hoses, water grade, whatever, drinking hoses. And this one here, I have it so this can hook up to the spigot where we get our drinking water from. That's why this guy's here and that guy's there. And then this one here is hooked up to the pump. It'll go out and pump the water into the tank. I have a little vent right here so that when you fill it up, the tank won't explode. I already have it wired up. There's a what's that, like a 20 amp fuse? Yeah, 20 or 25 amp fuse, I can't remember, up there. That's enough to cover this guy. And we have a seat heater for, you know, just like cars, you know, driver, passenger seat. We have one of those guys underneath here to try to keep it warm. You know, it seems like it works, gets a little warm, takes a while, but I didn't want to take the chance with the sub-zero temperatures, so that's, you know, it's here, but you know, I don't trust it that much. But one of the things I wanted to do is change this. For one, I mean, this is a hose that I've had laying around. You know, that's why it's, you know, not the cleanest on the outside. It's clean on the inside. I cleaned it up, bleach and vinegar and all that stuff, so it's still perfectly good to drink. But I want to take this and put it more or less somewhere over in here, like mount it. You know, I got a couple of different options to kind of hold it in place. That one there might be the best, I don't know, maybe up here. And then I also wanted to put in a little valve here, right there, so that if I need to replace this, you know, the pump, or diagnose a problem or something like that, I can simply shut this off and not have to empty the whole tank just to, you know, figure out what's going on with this thing. Plus, if this is a problem, you know, I'm gonna have to like move quickly to get a hose hooked up to here and get it drained. But with this guy, you know, I can just shut it off, disconnect the pump, replace it, figure it out, whatever. And it also came with this guy. I didn't see it right away, so that guy's gonna go in there as well. Little strainer, just in case any big particles get in here. I got the drill for mounting the hose. You'll see these guys, these are for the outside tanks. I just opened them up, just double check, make sure that it is what it is. So first thing I got to do is figure out what I did with my wrench and disconnect that. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my wrench. Alright, so first things first, I gotta take this guy off so I can get that hose unwrapped. Move this to the side.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, time with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, when you hit your teens, life ain't really.
Okay, so the first thing I am going to do is hook this guy up. This is even before the strainer. I want to be able to shut off the water if need be. Okay, then the strainer is going to go on.
Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path. If you want it bad, I'm gonna show you where it's at. Yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done. I'll be number one.
Now it's just a strainer. It doesn't really need to be like vertical or anything like that. Water will come in and go out just like it should. Then, let's see here. Inlet is there. It's going to be kind of interesting. Yeah, I can go to the side, feet off of it maybe, and get a little bit lower. If I can get it pretty close, there's going to be insulation underneath of it, so it'll bring it up some. Maybe we should go ahead and get the insulation piece put underneath first, so I know exactly what I'm working with. Okay, I thought so. It's tilted a little bit up. This fitting here is kind of at an angle, so anyways, I'll loosen this guy up and get the insulation out of there. So 32 3/4, 16 and a half. This shiny side up, so that's the heat. There's the seat warmer.
Take control tonight. Too much time on the planets, right? It's time to execute now on your dream in life. Gotta fail fast, learn, try again. Alright, pull the trigger.
So there's the bottom.
Making that money from the drive that's in ya.
That is much better.
Making money quicker. Pain is
Fortunately, just keep this.
no, it ain't luck. It's your mind deep inside, how you stay tough, how you get back up. You put the work in and it comes back. Multiply, stack, execute, and you can take that. What you want bad, it's the truth. I'm the change that you can make fact. Yeah, I've done it. It ain't luck, I can teach you. Stand up, we gon' make some moves tonight. Yeah, stand up, got something to prove tonight. So stand up, we ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight. Alright, we ain't gonna stall.
So
We gon' make it all to the
this guy over here, which poses another problem because I cover the pump itself with insulation as well.
You could get it all in some time. Make your dreams come to life. We ain't thinking small, thinking light. We just want it all in our sights. Move quicker, see the big picture. You could be selfish or you could be a giver. Go wizard, problem solve fixer. We ain't giving up till it's all delivered. Don't stop at the top, we gon' make it alright. No loss, just hard working and some long nights. Get lost, we dive deeper, discipline life.
And then we'll just simply take this right here.
Say no way, negativity, any hate, I got no space. We gon' put our hands up to the sky, appreciate our lives and we fight till we die. Stand up, we gon' make some moves tonight. Stand up, got something to prove tonight. So stand up,
I do not like that.
tonight we gonna take action on our dreams and fight. Alright, we ain't gonna stall, never stop. We gon' make it all till it's down. We ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight. Alright.
Better not have just a bunch of leaks in this thing. Maybe that's straight. It's just that's cut weird. Generic pump. Go figure. that guy. Take this guy. Always get good quality clamps. Get that guy? Nice. Coming from somebody that's dealt with a lot of water leaks because of stupid chintzy clamps. Definitely get good quality clamps.
Sometimes I don't wanna wake up. I feel tired in my bed, wanna lay up. Watch TV and stress out fake love. Let the drama unfold with my brain numb. Yeah, I'm still digesting everything that's going on, second guessing if this world is a place worth saving. I feel lost in this world as of lately. Give me a sign, will everything be alright? I need a sign, cause I don't wanna waste my time. I wish I knew if all of my dreams would come true. I wanna be
that.
All I know is that if I give up then it's over, but if I keep going every day's a bit closer. It's never over. I gotta find a way to get inspired in this life. Stop looking out and start looking inside. Find what I love and take a little pride. Anything is better than complaining about life. I don't need help, I could do it by myself. No pain, no gain, I will go through hell. Do what it takes, I will break out of my shell. I'm never coming back, once I'm gone, I'm out. Yeah, got me like, ooh.
Doesn't bother me that that moves a little bit. This is going to be up and around. Alright, so there's that. Now, do want to take the last couple feet of this thing. Something like there. I got this guy to put in here, so that way when the tank's full, I can just shut it off the way it is, not have to run clear back here to hit the switch. Alright, so I have a little trick here. If you're ever working with some cold hoses, some of you may already know this, but you're working with cold hoses, you can't get a fitting on there. And this could be, you know, like garden hose or whatever. Go inside, boil some water, and then just hold the ends in there for, I don't know, 15, maybe 30 seconds. And it'll warm it up, it'll soften it up so that you can actually get the fittings on there. This may be a good thing if you're out trying to water animals or something like that, and you have a split hose and you go to, you know, splice it. You can't get the splice, the repair in there, and you just do that, and there we go. See how nice and soft that is versus that, which is hard as a rock. But then you can get the fitting in there fairly easily. There we go. Do the same with this side. Oh. Clamp on there. And there we go. Simple as that. And that was like 15-20 seconds or so. So that way when I grab it like this, turn it, I'm not scraping my hand on anything. The same with this side. And you have that. And that guy will get tucked away over here. That's a little vent shade for the side window, keeps falling off. Get it back on there when I can. Hope this clamp, it doesn't look like it's going to be small enough. I may have to use one of those janky ones just to get it closed in all the way. I'm probably using both. Okay. And now, measure the top. Get this guy. And for the top, I actually think do I want it to hang over, or do I want the sides to hang over? Probably the top, because if I have it on the top, I think pushing down on the sides, keep them in place a little better. So we'll go 1 inch there. We'll go 35 by 18 and a half. Yep, 35 by 18 and a half. All right. There's that guy. And then I need to measure front and the back. Which they will be the same. I'll go 11 1/4 inches by 32 and a half. This guy on this side. It can be 18 and a half by 10 and a half. This guy, that, just like that, there. I'm gonna need a little gap right here so I can see if it's full. So I don't want to just run out this top vent if it's full. Alright, so there's that. Still not sure about how to do the water pump. I may end up just wrapping it. Alright, after thinking about it for a little bit, I've decided the best course of action, at least for now, is to just leave this pump exposed the way it is. And just every time I'm done using it, just make sure the pump is empty, that there's no water in it. I'm gonna have to do it here anyways, you know, at least for the winter. I have to make sure the hose is empty because, of course, if it's not empty, it freezes, the water's trapped in here anyways. Maybe later on I'll upgrade and put a regular fitting in here so I can disconnect this hose and put a different hose on. But for now, this is going to have to do. I kind of wish I had a spot for the switch. I mean, that's just, you know, styrofoam or something, but switch itself is waterproof. I suppose I can at least put electrical tape over those connectors. And so anyways, I think that's where it's going to be. Probably take some duct tape or something and put over that real quick, over the ends, just to hold them in. It's going to be bad enough that the bottom there is exposed, but hopefully the heater that's under there will do its job. Alright, so it's actually been a couple weeks going through testing this thing. I do have a little bracket for this thing. I was just going to mount like here or something like that, or maybe up here. I'm not sure, but I have it at work, so I forgot it there. I did end up putting a regular fitting up there for the hoses, and this guy here was leaking. I'm guessing it's because it's, you know, I think it's from PEX or something like that. It just didn't grab good enough on the garden hoses. But yeah, it was leaking there. I do need to find like a little 1/2-inch hose or something to go on here, because if I'm not careful, of course, you know, this is the vent, water comes shooting out here if I'm not careful. Where it goes into the tank, I sealed that up a little bit more. I put it in the middle of the tank because hopefully, like, swishing and, you know, like the water sloshing back and forth, you know, would go around and it wouldn't necessarily go up through the vent. But quite a bit of wetness down here, so I took care of that. So far, none of this down here was leaking. Like, you know, that was the only thing leaking so far. I do need to leave this valve closed when I'm not using it, because I came out one day and I saw the hose just dripping. So water finds its way through here, through that, and like just drains out. But other than that, it surprisingly does pretty well. The only regret, I should have gotten a little bit bigger tank, because when I was sitting on the driveway angles like this. So after the pump gets out all the water, there's 2 or 3 gallons of water still down here. So it never fully comes out. So instead of a 25-gallon tank, I have like a 21, 22-gallon tank. But so far it does okay. If you like this video, you want to see more, go and hit the subscribe button. If this gives you any idea, or you know somebody that this could help out, maybe they're in the same situation, go ahead and share it with them. And you get any value out of this, you'll learn anything, give it the thumbs up. And until next time, keep kicking up dust. Oh, shizzle.